Hello everyone, I'm Stella and this is Henry from Meeple University and we are back to attack the Warhammer.
Back to attack the Warhammer, I like
Back to paint Warhammer. Now this is a new set.
We've got the Warhammer 40,000 Introductory Set for the 10th edition.
There you go. The 10th. Has it been that long?
It has been that long. Warhammer's been around longer than I have, I think. So, yes, very long.
Wow. So what's so special about this one, Hen?
Yeah, so this will be a great place for people to start. So basically it includes a whole bunch of models for you to paint, tools you to clip the models off the sprues, which we'll show you in a sec.
Yep.
We've got 6 paints included, paintbrush, rulers, dice, and of course the models. So,
yes. Sounds exciting. So just enough to get started, including the painting.
Yeah.
So yes, we are going to mainly use the paint that comes from this, but we're also going to use a few others just to pretty it up. As usual, we're going to use the speed paint. So this little one, speed paint mega set 2.0, our favorite speed paint set, and everlasting wet palette.
Yeah.
And we are going to link you all the informations that you need to know if we have other videos that we refer to, or if you're interested in buying some of the products, we'll link it below as well for Amazon affiliate.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's have a look on the table here.
Yeah.
So this is what we have.
Yeah, sure. So this is the box that will come in.
Yep.
And we've got a little bit of intro at the back.
Yeah.
So when you open up your box, you're going to find this handbook. This is going to give you some missions to play, teach you the basic rules of the game, and tell you how you're going to assemble your miniatures and that kind of thing. So we've got like assembly pages. We've also got a little how to paint in here, as well as a whole bunch of lore about the Warhammer world, and a few little scenarios to get you started and learning the rules.
So I'd like to see one of the faces in here as Henry Cavill's face.
Yeah, I think the only one with a face is this guy in here.
Oh, you cannot be Henry Cavill.
He's got a mohawk,
probably
I think,
not.
so probably not.
Ooh, maybe Cavill will get mohawk in Warhammer. Who knows? Anyway, you heard the news that is the case that he will be playing a Warhammer. Is that movie or is that series? Movie, I think.
I think it's a movie, yeah.
Yeah. How exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue.
Yep. So we've got a map for you to play your introductory games on.
Right.
This will fold out and be a suitable play space, double-sided for you to play on.
Radio.
We've got what the miniatures came on, which are the sprues here.
And this actually comes with it as well.
So
you clip.
you need to clip them, and then the bits that you get off the sprue, you can just push to fit them together. So they've all got like holes and bits like that. So no glue required for this set.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And these paints are all coming from the box. It's 6 paints.
Yeah, so we've got a black, a purple, blue, we've got a gold.
Or bronze.
It is gold.
It is gold. Yep. Okay, yeah.
It is Wraith Bone here, which is like a sort of off-white colour.
Yeah.
And another bone colour. So this is slightly darker off-white colour.
Well, all suitable for these.
Yes, correct. And the book's going to teach us how to get them up to a certain stage. So table ready, but leaves you a little bit more to do as well.
How exciting. And I can see that you have painted these two. You've sprayed those two.
So these ones I have sprayed. So this is I've cheated from the book a little bit because in the book it teaches you how to just paint the miniature directly from the bottle.
Yep.
I've used one of my grey spray paints here to prepare 2 of the miniatures for us today to get painted.
So you can see that it's different. This is what it comes. It comes like this, and then you've already pre-prepared it with painting grey.
Yep.
Now, speaking about the cheated a little bit. This is what we usually do here in this channel. We're trying to focus on the speed painting, how to shortcut things to get your minis painted, and how to do it for beginners. So we have the spray videos on our previous videos, so I'll link it again below if you want to check it out.
It's definitely the standard in miniature painting to generally spray your miniatures first before painting. It just helps the paint to stick to the miniature and apply easier straight away.
Thanks for the tips.
Yeah.
And what is this for? This is for the part of the game, I guess.
This is part of the game. So this is how you can measure your unit's movement. So if you want to move 6 inches along the table, you simply move it to the 6 like that.
Got it. And you accidentally left the dice behind.
I did leave the dice.
That's okay. And this comes with it as well.
Yes, we got a nice
you basically
paintbrush.
got everything.
Yeah.
All right. So what else in this box, Hen?
There's a few little bits that you can cut out
You
for
can
some
cut as well.
terrain and some objective tokens as well.
Yeah,
So-
very handy. Very compacted, really, in this little box. And then all those come with it.
Yep.
And the base. And
Yeah, good place to get started.
yeah, let's get started.
Okay, so here we are with our first Marine. And we're going to be following mostly what's on the book's instructions here. So try and get that in shot. So across the first 2 pages, we've got sort of how to base coat it and just applying the different layers of paint. So we're going to be using the blue, the black and the gold.
The one that comes with the
from
box.
the starter set. Yep.
Radio.
And we're going to be using a little bit of the Wraithbone and the purple towards the end. So Wraithbone here, purple here. So
Cool.
we might sneak a little bit of speed paint in amongst this paint as well. So to start with, we're going to start doing this big area of blue on the Marine, and the majority of the Marine will be blue, so we're going to get that done to begin with.
What
So
are we
this
using?
is called a Baden blue, and
You basically just shake it. There's no ball inside it,
yeah,
right?
you need to give these a really good shake. So
I think I can be the shaker. So give me, give me the paint. You the painter, I'm the shaker.
yeah.
I've actually never used those ones. So you just basically do that.
Yeah.
Just
We just want to get it onto
take
the wet
some-
palette.
got it. So again, this is the wet palette that we are using.
Ooh.
This is great.
Yeah, really good. Pick one of those up if you're enjoying the hobby.
Yeah, it's definitely. It's like I
not-
forgot to do it. I forgot to clean it, and then it was like, oh, it's still there from last week. Last 2 weeks.
So with not speed paint, so we've been doing a lot of speed paints on this channel, and you want to just water down your paint so it's applying like a nice thin layer when you apply it onto the miniature. So
You mix it with a little bit of water there.
just mix it with a little bit of water just to thin it out a little bit, because the paint is quite thick from the bottle.
That's thicker than the speed paint, right?
Yeah, much thicker. So
Okay.
you need to manage its thickness yourself in this case.
What's the difference between water and speed paint medium that
Speed paint
we usually
medium.
use?
So the speed paint medium, it turns it into more of like a, you got
This
that
one.
in shot?
Yeah.
So this guy, it makes it run into the cracks and run into the recesses of the miniature. So that's what it's designed to do. So it makes the base paint sort of act like a speed paint. And it's going to not apply on flat surfaces as well, but apply into all the gaps in the flat surface more.
Right. That's the speed paint medium.
That's the speed paint medium, yeah.
While the water?
And I have had some success mixing it just to do base paints as well, if you want to try and do things quicker. So it does make the paint flow a lot better off the brush. But we might have to move up to a bigger brush, I think.
Yeah,
So it's
but
going to
this
take a little bit too long with this brush.
this one is definitely you just put water in it, right? Not the
Yeah.
other.
So this is the brush that it comes with. I've been using, but it's good for smaller areas. But for the big first surface, I'm going to use something a little bit bigger. So I'm going to use this brush here. And we might even just add a little bit of the speed paint medium to this paint, and we're just going to try and get this to
mix it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to try and paint this quickly, so that's our objective. So
Because this is just the base, right? This is not the details. You just all over blue paint,
yeah,
except the face and whatever. Oh. See how quick it is now.
Okay, so I'm just finished with the first couple of layers of the blue on the miniature. You may have seen me go over the blue twice there.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit patchy, the first layer, so we had to just go over some of the areas where the white was showing through a little bit too much and just do a second layer on those areas.
Is it normal for those paints?
It is normal for these paints to normally have to do 2 layers.
Cool.
So next we're going to go onto the black areas and just paint all the areas in black that's the instructions tell us to. That's going to involve the gun and some of these belt areas along the side here, and just in the recesses in the marine. So we're using the colour Abaddon Black.
Again, the one that came with the...
Yeah, the one that came with the set.
I'm just a bit too ginger opening it there. I was like,
Yeah.
I was worried that everything's going to go everywhere.
This is your first Citadel paint for Stella. So
Yes,
they come
correct.
in
I
a
was like,
slightly
wonder-
different container to the speed paints.
Yeah, I'm just like, I feel like if I don't open it carefully, it will go everywhere one stage. And I'll be like, yeah, black face.
Alright,
Mixed with stiff speed paint medium as well.
just a tiny bit, just for the bigger area, and we're going to do the gun first of all, so that all needs to be black.
Ooh.
So we're going to use the big brush for that.
We're not going to do black metallic, Henry.
We're going to get the gold metallic out on this gun in a sec, but we're going to put...
Fine, as
Black
long as there's
for it.
metallic, it's okay. I don't know, there's something about metallic color that I was like, oh, it's so shiny. It feels like, I don't know, it was back on the day, in the day, there's no metallic paints, is that correct?
I'm not
Or
sure
there has always
when-
been.
ever
Or
since
maybe
I've
there-
been painting, there's always been metallic paints.
Okay.
which, I think they've been around for a very long time.
Right. It's just something about metallic paints, just so cool.
Mm.
Feels like it's not plastic anymore, just transform it to completely different thing.
yeah.
I think that's just
Suddenly metal.
something about
They
metal.
they do apply really nicely too. They tend to you don't need to have much on the miniature for it to make a big difference. Like suddenly shiny.
Suddenly shiny, yeah, that's right. It's like I always also like metallic or shiny makeups. It's just the same thing for certain area. Obviously, not all of them. It's like otherwise people will need to wear sunnies when they see my face. It was too shiny, too bright, and that would be bad. But I guess in moderation is okay. That's the message, right?
Shiny moderation. Yeah.
What?
It's an
Yes.
important lesson for all of you.
Shiny
Be
moderation.
shiny in moderation.
So I heard that you have used this game to play Warhammer as well, because you've got other Warhammer.
Yeah. So I've
You've been playing Warhammers for a while.
been playing for a while, and I collect a team called Blood Angels, and they are another this type of marine. So they are red
Yep.
though. So this is an ultramarine that we're painting now. Ultramarines are blue,
Yes.
and Blood Angels are red, and they all have a different lore and stuff behind them. I'm not going to get into that, but
Like rules, law.
yeah, there's a few different rules, and sort of like a history and lore of the team is different. So
Right.
Blood Angels are more like vampires kind of thing.
Oh, that's cool. Like necromancy. No, not necromancy. Vampires. Yes.
Yeah. So
I love it.
bit of history of drinking the blood of people and whatnot going on.
I don't love
so-
that, but that's
Well,
cool.
That's what vampires do, right? So,
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, this one is, what does it do? These ones, not
The ultramarine.
ultramarine.
That's a good question. They are more like your vanilla bread and butter space marine. I don't really know the history on the ultramarines.
So they're a bit boring.
I
saying
would,
boring.
I would say they are the more boring, less interesting faction to me. But I'm sure if I was someone who'd read the books and everything, then they may be very interesting. I don't know, but from the outside, I'm not excited by their
Abilities and everything else.
yeah, everything. And it's nice to be like not the generic team. I think like when you like there's like so many different teams, and it's like kind of fun to pick one that isn't there.
So how many actually are there when you say so many? Like hundreds or tens?
So in just the Space Marines, there's probably around like 10 or 15 different paint schemes / teams that have history and lore behind them.
Right.
Some have a lot more than others, and then in Warhammer, I'm not actually sure how many teams there are, but there's probably in excess of 20 actual teams.
Wow.
As well as like 10 sub-teams to like each team kind of thing.
So how about if I ask you and then share us, if I know nothing about Warhammer, if somebody asks, what is Warhammer? Is that a game? Is that just minis? So, I mean, this is probably appropriate because we are painting the starter kit.
Yeah, so Warhammer's different things to different people. For the complete enthusiastic, it's a game, it's a collectible, it's a hobby of painting and building and sculpting and that kind of thing, creating interesting bases, to dioramas and all that kind of stuff as well.
That's right.
But like any one aspect of the hobby can be the hobby in itself to someone. So you could just collect them just to paint, or you might collect them just to play the game and not even paint them at all.
Just dip it in a bucket of color or something.
Yeah, just dunk them in this bucket of colour and away you go. I mean, probably use speed paints and just do something quick with those. That looks quite nice.
Yeah. But surely they would play at some stage, or maybe just like these are pretty anyway. So
that's it. So I mean, a lot of people don't play. I know that. But there are people who just will like the game for itself as well.
I see. So there are people that are both, like you play as well.
Yeah, I play as well.
And paint.
I enjoy painting them. Yeah. And yeah.
And
yeah. So I guess how would I explain Warhammer?
it's a game.
It's just it's just more of like a hobby. I guess it is a game, but it's a game that you can enjoy just having the miniatures for.
And where do you find the rules? There's a rule book in this one, right?
Yeah, so there's some introductory rules in the starter set that's going to teach you the game whilst you play. But the whole rule book can be found online. So
of course.
They released the rules for free to everyone.
Yes.
Which has not always been the case, but this 10th edition is a new thing. So they have given all the rules, even for all the teams, completely free now. So you don't have to buy like a codex, which is what it used to be called, to get your team's rules.
What? Oh, so it's like a rules.
So you can just go and download it from the app or online.
And it's a more simpler rules as well, or is it the same?
I think the rules have always been getting more and more streamlined with every edition, more or less.
Right.
So they're probably slightly more streamlined again from 9th, but 9th edition was already pretty streamlined for Warhammer. So just a few changes from 9th and keep things fresh, I think, as well.
I mean, Warhammer community is huge, and I guess they want to bring in new people and make it not as intimidating. In the new set starter box, it's got everything in it. It's got instruction.
Yeah, so these starter boxes come in 3 different sizes as well. So this is the smallest of the 3 sizes. There's one that comes with like more miniatures for you to paint and like a bigger force.
Yes.
But doesn't come with paints and stuff like that. So it's kind of for someone who maybe already
have some paints,
knows the hobby a bit more and wants to get into Warhammer for the first time, or
that's true.
Yeah.
And they've been quite no, I wouldn't say aggressive. They have a few more games that trying to get non-Warhammer fanatics to get into Warhammers, such as the Warhammer games that they brought out last time, and we had review video for that.
Yeah, I think I participated in some of those Warhammer games that we played.
Cool.
But yeah, there is a lot of Warhammer games. So I think what Games Workshop did is they released their Warhammer sort of brand, made it available to a lot of different people to access and use and try and use the things that they've created in a different game. So especially in the video game space, there are a lot of Warhammer games.
That's right. And now Mr. Henry Cavill will star in one of the movies.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any other movies? I'm pretty sure there are.
I don't know.
No, maybe not.
There's something called Warhammer TV, which you can find like TV series and stuff. I think they're all animated. I haven't watched a whole lot. I can't say I've got invested in the lore and like stories and stuff of Warhammer. I guess that's another aspect of the hobby that I know nothing about.
Yeah, it's so big, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, we are now done with the black. So
Woohoo!
next colour for us to paint is this gold. This gold's going to be going on his chest area, on his shoulders, and on the front end of the gun here.
Metallic!
Make it nice and shiny. Yes, Stella.
How to paint metallic.
So let's get some gold onto our wet palette.
Yeah, and you're using the same brush? You don't want to go to the...
I'm going to use it just for the front, and then
Right.
I'm going to remember to change it to the smaller one. Which I should have changed it last time when I was painting some of those black areas because they were quite narrow.
Yeah, you forgot. It's
I was trying to show off, obviously, by painting it with a big brush.
I was distracting you as well with some holiday talks.
I'm actually going to paint the shoulders first because the gun might be still wet. So,
Yeah, you got distracted by holiday, hen.
Yeah. All right.
It's, all those highlights. Basically what the guidebook,
Yeah, we're just following the
to do,
guidebook at
basically.
the moment. And the final step is to
Woo!
paint these ribbons in this Wraithbone colour. It's probably going to look very similar to my spray, but we'll do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, your spray is grey.
Yeah.
This is more,
This is
what is it, creamy
Creamy white colour.
thing. Yeah. Or, unless if you prefer, other metallic colour. I'm kidding. Always
Metallic
like-
ribbons. Metallic.
The ribbons, yeah. I mean, that exists, right? Like,
Does it?
no, I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, no. Maybe made from silk. Who knows? But-
Yeah. Shiny silk.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Now I feel like the painting is not complete if there is metallic. There is metallic there, so I'm happy.
Yeah,
But if
there's no metallic.
there's no metallic, it's not complete. I feel like it needs to be something needs to be shiny. Something needs to be the highlight of this.
Okay, so
Hey.
this is our model as painted per the instructions in the book, and it's actually looking quite nice.
It is.
The next steps that you would do, if this was sort of the standard way of painting, is to apply something called a wash onto this paint. We've done it before with the speed paints when we've put a lot of speed paint medium mixed in with the black on the metallics on our previous videos. But basically, Citadel and most of the brands have a paint called a wash paint, and you simply apply it all over the areas, and it would get into all the recesses and darken those areas. So we
Nice.
could apply that all over the mini based on the area. So the golden areas would have a brown wash, and the blue areas would have like a black wash to get into the recesses. And
And this is after the paint.
this is the next step for this
Oh.
miniature.
Oh, okay. Rather than the one that we've done before
Yeah.
hand.
So
Okay.
normally this is what you do. Right, our speed paints normally skips that step. So that's
Right.
that's the idea of speed paints, is that you don't need to do this step because the speed paints is darker in the recesses anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then the step after that would be to highlight areas on this model and to make things certain things brighter, like the ridges on this gun. We could highlight them in a metallic colour, perhaps. It's like a silvery colour to make them stand out. And just the edges of the armour, we can paint them a slightly lighter blue. So that means we can see the edges of the armour
more three-dimension.
highlight
Yeah,
and
the
make it
highlights, yeah.
three-dimensional. Yeah. You would also want to paint this base a black, and perhaps even put some terrain features on the base.
Grass and stuff.
Grass and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get really creative with that. But this is where we're going to leave this mini, and we're going to now proceed onto our Tyranid model and show you how they've done that in the book as well. Here we have our Tyranid model onto our little painting handle here.
Love that thing.
Yeah, really handy.
I know.
And our finished Tyranid's going to look like these guys here. So basically we're just...
Look, the baby! I'm kidding. Looks like
Stella thought the Tyranids were holding babies
Yeah,
in their
but
front
it's not.
arms, but it's actually a gun.
gun.
Yeah.
It could be a baby. It's like a little
baby gun.
Yes.
So basically this is telling us to coat the miniature in a grey. We've already got pretty much a similar colour here just from our one base spray. So we're going to save a lot of time doing these 3 layers of coats here.
Yes.
I'd highly recommend doing this over the book method of doing 3 layers of the first coat. I don't think you'll find that very fun.
Yes.
Next, we're going to do some purple along the back, some black on the hooves, and some black in some other areas as well, a little bits on the gun, and they will appear like this. We've also got one other Tyranid model here, which we've got in the base box. It's just a bunch of little guys, but we're not painting him today.
Ripper Swarm, I think it's
Ripper
called.
Swarm, that's
Yes.
right. Yep.
Yay, I know my stuff.
You
No,
know
not
your
really.
Warhammer.
I was cheating. So this is the first paint.
I'm going to do the Wraith Bone. I'm going to just paint this over the grey I've already got. It should be quite easy because it's a very similar colour to the existing colour.
And we use that medium-sized brush.
Yeah, it's quite a large brush we're going to use here. I'm also going to put some medium with it, just one drop with quite a lot of paint, just to help me get it onto the miniature quicker, and a little bit of water.
Mix. This wet palette is great.
Yeah, highly recommended. You can definitely paint without it, but when you sort of dipped your feet into the hobby enough, I'd recommend picking it up. So this is just going everywhere where that back shell is not.
The back shell. Okay, so everywhere but the back shells, because the back shell is going to be purple.
It's going to be purple, and we don't really need to make it any lighter than what it is. Alright, next we're coming in with the purple. It's a base Nagaroth Knight purple.
The only purple that comes in the box.
Only purple that comes in the box, yeah.
So we've got the top bits now.
Yep.
I just realized that there's some red bits in there. Is that like there's no red paint in here? The one in the box that's recommended.
Yeah, so the back of the box has a bit more completely painted models on
right.
it.
So go upside down.
Yeah. So they're not quite, they're a little bit higher standard to what we're doing now.
It's like, if you order instant noodle, they always have high standard looking meal at the front of the box or the lid.
McDonald's menu.
Yeah. It's like, instant noodles, you have egg, you have meat.
That is the burger, yeah. That is the one that you get if you have the man if you had Mr. McDonald himself make you the burger. Unfortunately, he's not here today, so you get this burger.
Well, I actually saw somebody doing the spillage. No, somebody's doing advertisement on burger, and they actually, the one that they use for advertisement and photos and such is actually not a real burger, or stacked in a certain way that it's just not actually, it's totally different.
Yeah.
Or they might put...
It definitely looks like a totally different burger when I get my burger.
Yes, yes. They just like stuff other things in it that just looks, different.
Yeah.
So, back again, we're talking about this paint.
What do you mean? This is an important conversation.
Yeah,
we are talking about Warhammer. So
yes, so this is also the recommended one on the back of the box. Doesn't mean that what it actually comes in the box. Same with my instant noodle / burger theory. It's not going to be as nice as the one in the box.
It's not going to be as nice as the models on the box, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You will need to invest a bit of more time of your life and a bit more money from your wallet in order to get to that level.
Yeah, I mean we do have the red, but I don't know if it's actually not as per the instruction manual. Yeah, whether we want to do it or not, whether we feel like it or not, we don't know, right? No.
So a little mistake. So I just got some water and I just quickly rubbed over the area I made the mistake. And now I'm just drying my brush and getting rid of the paint on the model.
And that's what you do, people. It's deliberate. It's just showing you what to do if you make mistakes, right?
Yeah, I might just do it one or two more times this video just to really make sure it's get the message home.
Yes.
And always make sure you shut your paints, especially these ones.
Oh.
They feel like they should get shut, but they're not really shut. So you have to push them really hard shut. Otherwise, your paint will dry out and you will need to buy more.
Or if you knock it over and then that's it, the end of it.
Yeah,
not really. But
don't knock it over either. All right, and our next colour is going to be the black, and we're just going to do all the claws and those type of things in a black.
Yeah, and the claws and the feet, I believe, was like black as well.
Hoofs and claws, basically.
Yeah. So is it correct when I say there is not going to be metallic paints on this one?
Good question.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
It's all right. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. can be the eye. I don't know, just like glowy eye.
I mean, we could have done the back shell in that purple one, the purple shiny one that we did on The Witcher.
Oh yeah. Never mind. It's too late now. It's okay. It looks pretty good as well already. So that is fine. Even the gun is not. It's not shiny, isn't it?
No, not shiny.
I mean, the gun is just the base color, right? With those two colors. A bit.
Yeah.
If we
Same.
really want to, we can like add a little. I'm just like rummaging through my metallic paints. Like even the zephyr pink.
Yeah, we can add some of that. Yeah, we will add your signature metallic to this paint job as a finish.
Thank you very much.
A grand finale. So to say.
Thanks, Henry.
We haven't gone wrong yet, so this might be the time where it all backfires on you, but we will see.
It has not backfired before.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah.
100% success rate.
Yeah, even like when we painted the Witcher's base, it was like metallic rock. It was amazing, right? I mean, not bad.
Good.
Mm.
So this is how it looks when you finished with the base paints provided. So we are going to do something a little bit different because Stella can't have a miniature without metallic paint on it. So I'm going to try.
How to paint metallic is the title of this series.
Yeah, so we've got a paint here called Zephyr Pink, and this is an airbrush metallic.
And we haven't used this before.
We've never used it before. I'm going to thin this out with some speed paint medium and make this really thin, and we're going to try and to replicate the effect of the skin on the Tyranids, but in a shiny effect using this pink. So
how exciting! This is something
there's
new.
a 50% chance that this will backfire, but we will see either a disaster or brilliance live on air.
yes, we're gonna be trying new things,
Exactly, and this is the joy of painting. So never be afraid to try something new.
Yeah, I mean,
otherwise you will never learn.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're on camera or not.
Yeah, whether you're basing your entire livelihood on this. No, joking.
Well, let us know if you have tried something different, something new, something different. Maybe we can try it as well. And give us some tips on how to do things. Just let us know in the comments. So here you go. So you are. So 2 drops. Was it 2 drops?
3 big drops in there.
Do you think that's enough?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really go crazy on this because I want to keep that.
And you need a bigger brush, or you just like.
This one's a good one, I think.
Okay.
So I'm not going to apply it too thick.
Yeah.
I will just see if this is enough.
This is going to be fun. Look at that nice, shiny pink color. That looks really
on the
good.
back of my hand. So
Oh,
that's looking nice and thin. So
yeah,
that's great.
it's nice and thin for sure.
So we are going to just apply this all over the model.
Ooh.
So,
that looks nice. Nice and
it will take
nice
some
and
time
thin.
for it to dry.
Yeah.
But
that almost looks like the one in the back of the box, maybe. It's like it's got a little bit of pinkish tone, I feel.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice and thin. And it will go into the creases of...
That's the idea, though. We want to try and get it into the creases of the miniature.
The bones, yeah. That looks really, really nice already. And so basically everything and everything.
Yeah,
the white stuff.
Yeah, all the white area.
Not
I should
the-
have specified that.
Yeah, not the purple one.
And now we are just done putting on that pink.
It looks so good.
So you can see it's just running into all of the recesses, and so pink's just there. It's very much we used it like a wash, like I was explaining earlier. So it's just going to get into the recesses, leave the white areas white, and
I love it.
sort of create this almost. I'm not sure how metallic this has come across as, but there's a little bit of shine there. So we can call it a metallic mini, and we can successfully tick this one as done.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for taking the recommendation of metallic paints.
Always a good recommendation from you, Stella.
Thank you.
The artist touch.
So we'll show you, of course, when it's dried up as well. I'll show you on the screen what it's
I think it will look
going to
nicer once it's dried, for sure.
Once again, metallic. Succeed. Proceed. I don't know what's the word.
Metallic success.
Success, yeah. Metallic success. Here you go. And another successful mini painting with metallic.
Yes.
That's all I can. No, I'm kidding. Metallic paints is the way to go. I mean, ladies would love it, I think, but you like it as well.
Yeah, they're nice. Yeah,
they're like
good fun. And it's bronze, gold. I thought it was just bronze, gold, silver, but Stella's introduced me to every color under the sun in metallic. So,
yes, I know. Yes. I've got like a bag of those. Like some of these, like most of these, are actually metallic because, but it actually works for speed painting and to do tricks like you just did before. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, I wouldn't say this is the most metallic looking paint after we've washed it down like this so much, but
no, that's okay because it just gives that metallic
slight shine.
Yeah, slight shine without. I think if it's too metallic, if too shiny, it's probably a bit weird for this dinosaur's bones as well.
It kind of looks like he's poisonous or something a little bit, like
venomous
like skin or something.
Yeah, it looks so good like that. Well done, Hen. Thank you again for doing the painting with me.
No, pleasure.
So Henry can be also found at Let's Start Playing. So check it out. I'll put it in the link below. And any products that we have, we'll put it in the link below as well if you want to check that out on our affiliates. So what they call it these days?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then please let us know if you have been painting something as well, or if you want us to paint anything in particular, or have you been playing Warhammer?
I really want to hear about sort of which board games you want to see paints for, because there's so many board games coming out. I can't keep tabs on all of them. So anything that you've recently sort of received and it has a nice looking miniature or first player token or whatever you can see,
you kind of want to paint it,
you really want to paint it up, let us know and we might be able to get a video out for you of some recommendations.
Send us the game as well. No, and then we can paint them. And Henry, thank you so much once again.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Thanks, Stella.
And if you like to, again, help us more in this video, please hit the like button and comments, every single comments, view and subscribe. It really helps, and we'll hopefully you doing something fun today, and see you next time. Bye.
Yeah, bye.